Now, Luciano Zaccara, who's an Iran and Gulf Political Analyst, he joins me from Doha. Welcome to you. I was just thinking of a famous comment. I believe it was former US President Theodore Roosevelt who said that he believed a leader should speak softly and carry a big stick. And the big stick would seem to be the US warships for Donald Trump that he's gathered off the coast of Iran. He doesn't really speak very softly, though. He issues these very vague threats. Do you think that they should be taken seriously? It's hard to take them seriously, though, when they're so vague and there isn't a specific deadline.
Exactly. I mean, Trump has been playing with ambiguity, as was mentioned before, but showing a very, very big stick. In this case, the accumulation of 3 aircraft carrier fleets going to the region. The problem is we haven't seen the carrot yet. So far, the only thing we can hear from Trump is demands, what they expect from Iran in the 3 areas that they want to be incorporated in the deal. But so far, we didn't hear what he's offering in exchange. In the 2015 nuclear deal, there were clear advantages that were offered to Iran in the case that Iran accepted some negotiations, which they did. Actually, 2015 was a very good deal in which Iran provided transparency and provided some reassurances to the international community in exchange of release of sanctions. So far, even though we understand that sanctions are part of the negotiations, Trump never mentioned that Iran can benefit from that. The only thing that we hear is that if Iran, they don't accept the conditions imposed by the United States, they will pay a big price, and we understand that it's a military price. But again, these are not terms of negotiations. These are terms of impositions. And I think that this is a very dangerous game in which Trump is accumulating forces that at some point, if in 10 days there is no response that is pleasing Trump will be forced to do something to show that he has a resolution to use the military force that he accumulated in the Gulf. So this can drive to miscalculation. This can drive to actions that they will have no way to return, and the effects in the region can be devastating.
At least 1 Russian warship has just arrived in the region, and Iran and Russia have been conducting naval drills together. I mean, that can't be coincidence. I should point out it is pretty much as small as a warship can be. This is not, a major thing. It's not like one of the US aircraft carriers, but it is symbolic. But last time Iran was attacked, Russia didn't come to the rescue, certainly not militarily. So is this a bit of a bluff?
I mean, this is part of the game, showing how resolved you are to use a military force in case you need to do so, and who could be helping you in such cases. This doesn't mean that Russia will engage in a direct confrontation against the United States if Iran is attacked, but at least they show that there is coordination, that there is preparation, that Iran has the necessary assets to harm the United States. Iran doesn't need big ships. I mean, of course, Iran cannot compete with the naval force of the United States with 3 aircraft carriers, but they always use a deterrence strategy that is using small boats, small ships, drones, missiles, and other capabilities that they showed and demonstrated that they have the capacity to harm if necessary. And that's why the United States is trying to put this Iranian capabilities on the table of negotiations, because it's complicated to accept that Iran still has some deterrence capability in front of the most important enemy for the United States, which is Israel. I mean, the important enemy for Iran, which is Israel, which is the main objective of reducing the Iranian deterrence capability for Trump right now, apart from the nuclear issue. I mean, we have to remember that the nuclear issue is the core problem between the United States or the international community and Iran, but the missile program is something more regional because of the range of the missiles, and the main target would be Israel, which was already proven that Iran can reach that.
Amid all the military maneuvering, the vague threats and the tough rhetoric, is it more likely, do you think, that we'll just end up back at the negotiating table?
I really hope that this is just showing the cards that every state is ready to use. This is like a posturing, signaling, saying, okay, if you attack me, I have this and this and this that I can use against you. And the other side say, okay, if you don't do what I ask you to do, I will use or can use this and this and this. We don't know how our conversations at closed doors, if these things are said that they are going to use all this, but I think there are clear signals that they are giving each other to say, okay, we are putting all the cards on the table. So if there is no negotiation, if there is no concessions given by one or each other, the result will be I mean, difficult to calculate because the amount of assets that they are already shown that they are going to be used are very high. So hopefully this will drive to some concessions on the Iranian side, hopefully to include some minimal aspects of the missile program. And on the other hand, the United States understanding that Iran needs reassurances in the regional context, at least non-aggression commitment on the side of the United States or Israel. Otherwise, I don't see how the positions can be closer. So far, we hear that the two positions remain as long time ago. Has been no change in any of them.
Luciano, it's great to get your take on this. Thanks for your time. Luciano Zaccara is my guest, Iran and Gulf Political Analyst.